Your car is smoking, the power's been out for 3 days, and you've just realized the only training you have for the apocalypse is from binge-watching action movies at 2 a.m. Sorry to disappoint you, but movies lied to you, my friend. You see, there are two types of people in a collapse. The guy who thinks he's John Wick because he watched all 3 movies twice, and the guy who quietly knows, if I miss at 3 meters, I die looking stupid. Hollywood wants you to believe ammo is infinite, recoil is fake, silencers are magic, and katanas solve literally everything. We're not doing that here. This video is for the people who actually want to keep their family alive, not just cosplay the end of the world. So here's what we're doing. I'll show you 5 movie weapons or tactics that look cool on screen. I'll explain why they will absolutely betray you in a real collapse. And then I'll give you a practical solution for each one. Something safer, smarter, and survivable. So with that out of the way, here are the 5 weapons that work in Hollywood but fail miserably in a real collapse. First, dual-wielding pistols, aka the Fortnite fantasy. You find yourself running down a hallway in slow motion, 2 pistols out, arms spread like a budget anime character. You are firing shots up and down, no recoil, every bad guy just politely dies, and bang, you are dead. You see, in the real world, when people actually use handguns in self-defense, the distances are usually short, think 3 to 7 yards, about the length of a car or 2. That's where most real defensive shootings happen. At that distance, under stress, hitting with one handgun is already hard, because your hands shake, your heart is sprinting, your brain is screaming, and your fine motor skills are screwed. Now you want to do that with 2 guns? With no proper grip and no sight picture? Sorry to disappoint you, but wielding 2 guns in a real collapse translates to twice the noise, twice the ammo wasted, half the accuracy, and 0 chance of hitting what matters. If you're defending your family, then congratulations, you just killed them. Here is what to do instead. If you're going to rely on a handgun, use 1 gun with 2 hands. Proper grip, arms supporting each other, sights actually in front of your face. This alone skyrockets your chance of hitting what you aim at. Train at realistic distances. No need for 100-meter movie shots. Practice at those 3 to 7 yard ranges where real self-defense usually happens. Focus on hits, not noise. In a collapse, ammo is not just money. Ammo is time, weight, and risk. You don't need to be John Wick. You just need to be the boring dad who actually hits the target the first time. Second, the shotgun, aka just point in that general direction. In Hollywood, someone picks up a shotgun, barely aims, and the entire room just evaporates. Bad guys, glass, the plot, all gone. In reality, shotguns are powerful, yes, but at home or hallway distances, the spread of the pellets is actually pretty tight. You still have to aim like an adult. That whole just rack it and vaguely wave it in their direction thing will only just get you killed. In a real collapse, you might be defending a narrow stairwell or doorway. You might have kids behind thin walls. Every pellet that doesn't hit what you're aiming at is a problem with your name on it. Not to mention that shotguns have recoil, especially with heavy loads. So that movie scene of a tiny grandma casually blasting zombies with a shotgun, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So how do you fix that? Treat the shotgun like a precision tool. If a shotgun is your choice, aim properly. Shoulder the gun, get a real sight picture. No movie hip firing. Pattern your shotgun. Take it to a range, see how wide the spread actually is at 5 to 15 meters. Choose appropriate loads. Avoid the big myth that any shell will do. You want something that balances penetration and control for your environment, not just the biggest boom. A shotgun is not a magic broom. It's more like a very angry scalpel. Use it with intention, or it cuts the wrong thing. Third, silent suppressed pistols, aka the whisper gun lie. In movies, the protagonist fires a gun with a suppressor inside an elevator, and the gun is quieter than your fridge at night. Well, that's a lie. As a matter of fact, you'll be lucky if your eardrums are still intact. Because in reality, even with a suppressor, many common 9mm setups are still loud enough to damage hearing and absolutely loud enough to alert people nearby. Tests with common 9mm setups shows that with a suppressor, they are quieter, yes, but still loud enough to be dangerous long-term and very noticeable. So no, you're not doing stealth missions with a silencer on your gun. In a real collapse, gunfire, suppressed or not, can still scream resources this way. Anyone within a reasonable distance will at least know something is happening. So what can you actually do? Develop noise discipline, not movie ninja fantasy. If you ever use suppressors, think of them as hearing protection and control tools, not invisibility cloaks. They can reduce blast, help you keep awareness, and make long-term use less damaging. Real stealth is moving at the right times, choosing routes with cover, and not firing at all unless you absolutely must. Use terrain as your real suppressor. Basement fighting, buildings, hills, and walls can block line of sight and sound more effectively than you think. In a collapse, the best weapon is still not being where the trouble is. The second best is ending the fight quickly. Fourth, the full auto Rambo rifle, aka infinite ammo, zero back pain. Hollywood always shows one man, one rifle, full auto, spraying bullets for minutes like the gun is powered by the script budget. But in a real-life collapse, you will have to consider the weight for starters. You see, a typical rifle magazine weighs a lot. Now add the rifle itself, with water, food, first aid, tools, maybe a kid on your back. Congratulations, you are now a walking gym membership. And putting the rifle on full auto, it doesn't even help. Instead, it eats ammo like popcorn, is harder to control, and doesn't magically turn you into a human turret. In a collapse, you can't call Amazon and say, "Hi, I'm mag dumped again, send more." You'll be dead before you get a reply. Anyway, here is actually what works. For a realistic rifle setup in a collapse, stay in semi-auto. Your goal is accurate, controlled fire. 1 or 2 well-placed shots are better than 10 cinematic misses. Plan for what you can carry, not what looks cool. Know how many mags you can realistically carry with everything else you need to keep your family alive. Ammo is heavy, and you still need water more than bullets. Remember, fast and accurate first shot wins more than spray and pray until they cut to another scene. You are not a movie extra on an endless ammo budget. You are the main character with a very real backpack and very real knees, so train to get that first hit fast. And finally, the katana. This is the final boss of Hollywood weapons. The katana, the sacred sword of "I watch too much anime and now I'm dangerous." On screen, it can slice through zombies, cars, doors, probably taxes, never gets stuck, never dulls. User has perfect form despite zero practice ever. But in a real collapse, the katana sucks. The blades get stuck in bone, clothing, and gear. You need technique, conditioning, and endless practice not to lose your grip, your balance, or your weapon. Close quarters melee is messy, slippery, exhausting. It is not a slow-motion Instagram reel. Also, long blades need space, so if you find yourself in a hallway, stairwell, or cramped room, then your katana is just a very awkward metal selfie stick. So here is what actually works. Instead of relying on hero sword energy, prioritize distance over drama. If you carry a blade, think utility first. Get a sturdy fixed blade or heavy-duty folding knife for cutting rope, processing wood, and performing basic camp tasks. Use melee as a truly last resort, not a lifestyle, because if the collapse has gotten to hand-to-hand sword duel in the hallway, everything has gone wrong way earlier in your planning. The rule is simple. Function over fantasy. The weapon that quietly works is better than the weapon that looks epic on a poster. So, to wrap up, first, don't use dual pistols. Use one gun, 2 hands, train at real distances. Second, shotgun aim assist doesn't exist. Rather, aim properly, pattern your shotgun, respect every pellet. Third, silent suppressor is a fantasy. Instead, use suppressors for control and hearing, not invisibility. Fourth, full auto Rambo rifle destroys your ammo, not just enemies. Because using semi-auto plus accuracy beats spray and pray every time. And finally, swinging a katana might be stylish but risky and unrealistic. Instead, use distance, practicality, and utility over drama. If you can remember all of this, then your chances of survival is 80% higher than the rest of the population. And it's all thanks to this Mind Orator's video. I mean, that has to be worth a follow. So don't just disappear into the algorithm. Hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which movie weapon myth should we destroy next. Oh yeah, the music you are listening to was made by me. Please listen to it for a couple of minutes. This is to allow me earn more to make more videos. Thank you.